Hey y'all, it's Jessica here from Just Give Me Jesus, and I'm happy to have you back on my channel today. I am continuing with the 15 days of creativity that we have talked about on our Creative Faith and Friends podcast with Laurie and Mel. And today I am working with tissue paper, but first, oh y'all, that glassine paper. That's where I stuck it in my journal. And it doesn't need anything else. It's so pretty when it's inked up. Anyway, moving on. I'm continuing to work today with the 15 days of creativity and our paper challenge for this week. And today I am working with tissue paper. So this is just some tissue paper that I had in my scrap bin. It probably came in a package. And y'all, I did speed this up a little bit because it just seems slow wadding up and gluing down. Anyway, it's a little sped up. But I'm just gluing it down to this page that had ink already on it with some matte gel medium. Again, my really old container of it. That thing lasts forever. And I crumpled it, but I'm just kind of making sure that it's good and down. And I'm just going to use that bottom part right there for the little bits and pieces that it's missing. Because I want the background good and covered with my purple tissue paper. And y'all, I was so proud of myself. I don't use purple a lot in my journals. It used to be one of my favorite colors, but I just don't use it now. And I used it on a whole page. I was so happy. That was kind of a challenge in and of itself. It's also so fun to see your little pages starting to come together as you work in your journal. And how they blend and go or don't. You know, either or is fine. I don't feel like my color wheel on the first page goes with anything else in my journal right now. But that's okay. Because I remember now why I did it. And some of that at the top is a little wet with matte gel medium. So here comes my handy dandy heat it tool. Love this thing. Telling you, I've had embossing tools. I have an embossing tool that's great, but this is fantastic for things like this. I'm just trying to make sure that matte gel medium is dry. Mainly so I can cut that off. No, not mainly. Like I'm actually going to put some matte gel medium on the top, and I'm going to brush it down on the top to make sure that it kind of gets around and underneath and the bottom of the little ridges. I want it to get in the valley of those ridges. Because I have plans. I always have plans. My plans sometimes change, but I always have plans. And I want to make sure the edges of the pages are stuck down well so that it doesn't cause a problem later on. And I realize that little page is under there and I can't get it down good. So just pull it out a little bit. That's the benefit of having a traveler's notebook style journal that you can pull the pages out of and add to, is when you need to do something in the crevice spine part. I'm sure there's a technical term, but we're going to call it the crevice spine part. You can just slip it out. All right, and I'm grabbing some Distress Oxide and Shabby Shutters, I think is what it's called. And I'm just rubbing it on the very top of that tissue paper where the ridges are. And honestly, this color idea came from the picture, the printable from last week from Melissa at Pink Paper Peppermint. She sent out to newsletter subscribers for the podcast. I'm telling you, you want to be signed up for her podcast. There's a fantastic one coming tomorrow. I'm just saying. And by that, I mean a podcast and a free printable. This tissue paper is some old tissue paper I used on a gel plate one time, and I just have some remnants of it, so I'm kind of balling it up and uncrumpling it. Obviously, I didn't speed this part up. I thought I had. That's really slow. My brain works a lot faster than that, so it's hard to watch a video with my hands being that slow. But this was a a gel plate I did with some stencils one time. It's been a long time ago. But I thought that would be good to add just kind of to the background of that page. And that is the printable from last week. I love it. It's got that muted hydrangea, but there were just some touches of pinks and purples and green in it. And then those little word strips were also in the free printable. I'm telling y'all, we got to take advantage of free stuff, right? Because everything's expensive. And, of course, some river birch bark. I'm telling y'all, I have said that way too many times. My speech teacher from high school would get on to me. I have used river birch bark in almost everything I have done recently, but it just adds the neatest element to any piece of art. Again, a word from Melissa's Printables. Y'all, those little wings, aren't they perfect? They're Tim Holtz clear wings. Transparent. That reminds me of the podcast. Our words. Those are Tim Holtz transparent wings. So pretty. And I'm just using my glue. I've actually ordered some new glue. That glue is fantastic. But I don't. If it's open very long, it clogs up really bad. And unfortunately, when I'm doing things like this, I tend not to put the cap right back on. I'm not like smoothing that down, just a little bit. And I realized, oh, it's prettier on the other side. Look at there. The other side was the one that actually had paint on it. Again, give me a little bit of grace because I'm doing this at like 5:15 in the morning. That's why I can't do the voicing. Like, I can't talk during it because it would be rough, y'all. It would be real rough. I can't talk well in the afternoons. It would be real bad in the morning. I'm curious if anybody is trying the challenge. What do you think of it? Have you tried some things that you don't normally try? I want to know, has anybody used toilet tissue in this? I almost did. I seriously almost tried it. But I didn't do it. I should have. Maybe I still will. Toilet tissue or kleenex. You know, get really creative. Or silly. Either works. We need both sometimes. Oh, that river birch bark. And now I'm thinking I could add even a little something more. So this is some metallic thread I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it is Art. Maybe that's the brand. I don't remember. Anyway, I'll try and find it and link it below. But it's so pretty. It's like a variegated metallic thread, cross stitch thread. So I'm just adding those word elements. And if y'all hear noise in the background, I'm sorry. I'm sitting on my porch doing this because my boys are inside and that probably wouldn't go real well. Those little wings, I just love them. I think they add so much to the new. It makes me think of, every time I see butterflies or wings, it makes me think about transformation and how, through Christ, we are completely transformed. We can't even see it here. We can feel it in our hearts. We can see it in our behavior, but it's really amazing when we think about what he does for us and to us. And I'm super thankful. It's one of the big reasons that I like to include scripture and Bible journaling in my life, because I feel like it's a praise to him. I really don't remember what I'm looking for here. Must have been one little thing. Oh, I do. I thought I would use this handy dandy stencil and add a leaf, but just FYI, that green on that purple paper is not real detailed, but it did add a little bit of texture, so that wasn't terrible. We'll say it's probably user error. So there is my little piece, and I'm super excited that you have been on this journey with me, and I hope you will continue. We have a new podcast coming out tomorrow, and the link will be below to find all the episodes. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me or DM me. My information is below. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed working through these last 5 days with you and look forward to the next 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe.